Everyone. So I welcome you all to today's session on 20 GK question from the Hindu. So without wasting any time, let's start with the questions which we have with today. So first question is which is with regard to which of the following countries has vetoed UN resolution on Gaza ceasefire in the United Nations Security Council. So as many of you might know that in the United Nations there is one Security Council which is responsible for maintaining world peace and to respond in case of any war or any armed conflict anywhere in the world. So, one of the so in the United Nations Security Council, which is a 15-member body, there are five permanent members, and the five permanent members are China, France, Russia, United States, and United Kingdom. So one country which is vetoing the UN resolution on Gaza ceasefire again and again is the United States. United States, which is one of the all-weather friend of Israel, has been standing with Israel when it's come to Gaza ceasefire. And since Israel does not want a ceasefire, United States, like his friend, like all-time friend, is vetoing that resolution. Now let's move to the next question. So answer here would be D. Let's move to the next question now. Next question, another important question. So recently, election took place in Pakistan, and there were allegations that there was manipulations of the vote bank. And finally, but somehow the army was able to form a government through its puppets. You can call them puppets also because uh, uh, Imran Khan's party, the TTV party, was not allowed to contest the election, as well as even no other party was allowed to be created by Imran Khan. So finally, all of the nominated members of Imran Khan party fought independently, and if you count the independent winners in this election, they were more than the winners of any other party. However, finally, the two groups, the two other main parties of Nawaz Sharif and of Zardari, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari's parties, they came together and they were able to form a coalition government. Finally, the question here is who has been appointed as a new president of Pakistan? And I've given you four options: Shahbaz Sharif, Nawaz Sharif, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, and Nasir Zardari. I'm sure many of you might have marked A in this Shahbaz Sharif, but he has been appointed as the new Prime Minister of Pakistan. And Asif Zardari, who is from the another party, has been appointed as the new President of Pakistan. So the answer here would be D. Now let's come to the third question. The third question is with regard to the Chandigarh mayoral post. So you must be following this news where the Supreme Court has set aside the result of the mayoral post because of electoral malpractices done by Asif Masia, who was the main electoral officer at that place. The Supreme Court has set aside the result under which of the following articles. So one of the articles in the Constitution gives full power to the Supreme Court to do complete justice in any case which is in front of him. So the Supreme Court has the question is asking which of the following articles give the power to do complete justice to the Supreme Court. So I've given you four options: Article 32, Article 124, Article 136, Article 142. So all of these four articles relate to the powers of the Supreme Court only, but in our case, the power to do complete justice is given under Article 142 of the Constitution. So again, the answer here would be D. Now let's move to the next question. With which of the following countries has India entered into an agreement to export tigers to repopulate its dry forest? So one of the country which was earlier very famous for its tiger lost all of its tiger due to hunting and poaching. However, now it has entered into an agreement with India to repopulate its dry forests with tigers from India. So I have given you four options: Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Vietnam. All of these four countries in earlier times used to have tigers, and one of the countries has lost all of its tiger. And the answer here is A, Cambodia. So Cambodia has entered into an agreement with India to repopulate its dry forests with tigers. Next question. So again, related to big cats only, which of the following country has the largest population of lions in the world? So four options I have given: India, Tanzania, Cambodia, and South Africa. So I hope you know that the largest population of tigers in the world is in India only. And when it comes to lions, although India also has lions, also in Gir Forest, Gujarat, but it is Tanzania which has the largest population of lions in the world. So answer here would be B. Next question. So Maharashtra Assembly has passed a bill giving 10% quotas to Marathas in jobs and education. So the question is the quota which has been given is based on reports submitted by which of the following committees? I've given you four options. Eknath Shinde Committee, who is the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Next is Samir Wankhede Committee. So Samir Wankhede is actually the officer, IRS officer involved in case of Aryan Khan, Shah Rukh Khan's son. Third is Manoj Jarange Patil Committee. So Manoj Jarange Patil was one of the hunger striker politician who has been on hunger strike asking for Maratha reservation. And fourth is Justice Sunil Sukre Committee, which means the answer to us is D for question number 6. So the Maharashtra Assembly has passed a bill giving 10% quotas to Marathas in jobs and education, and it has been done after. So this is the third time a committee has been formed so that Marathas somehow can get reservation, and it has been done under the recommendation of Justice Sunil Sukre Committee. Let's move to the next question now. So next is seventh question. So the seventh question is, when in view of soaring temperature, this state has introduced a concept of water bell in school, asking the students to drink water when the bell rings. So in today's newspaper, there is a photograph on the first page, first or second page itself, where one girl is drinking water, and near and below it, the caption is mentioned regarding this state. So I've given you four options: Kerala, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Andhra Pradesh. And the answer here is A, Kerala. So Kerala has introduced the concept of water well. So whenever a lunch, half an hour or 45 minutes went up, so a bell is rung, and students are supposed to drink water so that they don't get dehydrated because of the very high temperature, unusual high temperature during this time of the year. This is Kerala. Next is eighth question. So Indus X Summit is a defense production cooperation summit between India and which are the following countries. So Indus X Summit is currently going on in India only, and which of the following country is the co-participant of Indus X Summit. So I give you four options: France, Israel, Russia, and US. And the answer here is Indus X is United States only. So as the name suggests, Indus is a combination of India and US, and it's a summit related to defense procurement. Answer here would be D. Next question. Who among the following was recently conferred the Chevalier d'Ali Legion d'Honneur or Knight of the Honor we bolte? It is one of the highest civilian honor in France. So I given you four options: Shashi Tharoor, Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, and S. Somnath. So S. Somnath, you must know, is currently the head of ISRO. So answer here for us is A, Shashi Tharoor. So he was actually conferred this award in 2002. Sorry, not 2002, but 2022. And in 2024, he has went to France and has physically taken that award. So answer here is A, Shashi Tharoor. Next. Next is, as per the recent Supreme Court judgment, the definition of forest under the Forest Conservation Act 1918 should be the. So, simple question. So, recently a Supreme Court has given a judgment, and it has asked to revert back to a definition which the Supreme Court has suggested in one of its case, T.N. Godavaram case. It's a 1996 judgment. The Supreme Court said the definition which we had given in that judgment should be used to define forest under Forest Conservation Act. So I've given you four options. Dictionary meaning of forest should be used. Second, land recorded as forest before 1980 should be considered forest under this act. Land recorded as forest after 1980 should be considered as forest under this act. And last being, land recorded as forest cover should be recorded. So answer here is A, dictionary meaning, because in the 1996 Supreme Court judgment of T.N. Godavaram, Supreme Court stated that the forest should be defined as it has been defined in a dictionary, and not as not as the government wants it to be defined. So government cannot arbitrarily decide a particular year or a date, and only those areas which are recorded as forest, although it might or might not have tree cover under it, be recorded as forest. That's why the Supreme Court suggested that we should have dictionary meaning only. So answer here is A. Let's go to the next question. So very simple question. So licenses of 64 pharmaceutical companies have recently been cancelled. So which of the following is the regulating authority for drugs in India? So recently it has come in today's newspaper only that licenses of some pharma companies have been cancelled because of quality issues and etc. Other reasons also. So which of the following is the regulating authority for drugs in India? So I given you four options: FDA, NPPA, CDSCO, and DCGI. So all of the four organizations are related to medicines only, pharma companies only. However, the first one is a US organization, US FDA. The other three are Indian organization, and it is our answer is C, CDSCO, Central Drug Standards Control Organization, which is the main regulating authority for drugs in India. So NPPA, the National Pharma Pricing Authority, was recently created, and its main job is to price the pharma product, so that it is accessible and it is affordable for the common person. Fourth being Drug Control General of India. It is the investigation agency. It actually works under CDSCO only, and its job is to basically finally give approval or finally suggest to CDSCO or the government to not allow the sales of certain products, certain drugs in India. So our answer for 11th is C, CDSCO. Let's come to the next question. So, which of the following countries decided to charge a green fuel levy on air travel as part of its plan to transition towards green jet fuel? So, since many of the countries are moving towards green fuel, most probably green hydrogen and a mix of ethanol in their aviation fuel, so one of the countries has decided that we are going to charge our air travelers only, so that we can shift to green fuel only. And for to promote it, they have started levying a certain tax green fuel levy on air travelers as part of its plan. And I've given you four options: China, Philippines, Singapore, and Taiwan. And answer for us is C, Singapore. So Singapore has started to levy a green fuel on air travelers. Let's come to the next question. So next is China's CMOC group has become the world's largest producer of cobalt and is active in the Copper Belt region, the region with the richest copper and cobalt deposits in the world. Which countries are associated with the Copper Belt region? So there is one region which has been named Copper Belt only because it has the richest copper and cobalt deposit in the world. I've given you four options. So Zimbabwe and Zambia. Second, Zimbabwe and Angola. Third, Angola and Malawi. And fourth, Zambia and Democratic Republic of Congo. So the Copperbelt region is located in the Zambia and Democratic Republic of Congo, and most of this Copperbelt region is in Zambia only. Democratic Republic of Congo has a very little part of Copperbelt. Most of the Copperbelt region is actually in Zambia, but for our purpose, the answer would be D, Zambia and Democratic Republic of Congo. Next question is 14th. Which organization serves as the insurance regulator in India? So I given you, it's a very straightforward question. So which is the regulating authority for insurance policies in India? So I've given you four options: LIC, SEBI, IRDAI, and PFRDA. So first is your Life Insurance Corporation. Second is your Security and Exchange Board. Third is your Insurance Regulatory Authority, and fourth is your PF Regulatory Authority. So obviously, if you have known the full forms of these organizations, you could have easily identified that the answer for us is C, IRDAI. Okay. Now let's move to the next question, 15th question. So panchayats were given constitutional recognition by which of the following constitutional amendment acts of the parliament? So before 1992, panchayats and municipalities were not given in the constitution itself, but because LM Singhvi committee, which was a committee formed to suggest improvement in panchayat and municipality, it suggested that we should make a separate chapters for panchayats and municipalities in the constitution itself, so that the state governments or the other governments cannot decrease the powers of the panchayats and municipalities. As a result, by which of the following constitutional amendment acts, panchayats were made part of the constitution itself. I given you four options: 71st, 72nd, 73rd, and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act. So answer here for 15th is C, 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act. So for your information, 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment Act gave constitutional status to panchayats and municipalities respectively, and they were added in Part 9 and Part 9A of the Constitution, because of which now no state government can take away the powers of the panchayats and municipalities which have been given by the Constitution. So answer for us here would be C, 73rd. Let's come to the next. Now let's come to the next question, the 16th one. So government has recently launched a scheme, National Cervical Cancer Control Scheme. Now the question is cervical cancer is caused by which of the following? So I given you four options. So first is HIV, second is HPV, third is your hepatitis B, and fourth is your Epstein-Barr virus. So cervical cancer is very prominent now. Many people, and one of the issue in India is that it is diagnosed very late, and most of the time it remains undiagnosed among women, and it is a very common cancer among women also. And its susceptibility may be as high as more than 50%. 50% of women might in India might have it, because there is no particular data to back it, but certain organizations claim that it has a very high susceptibility in India. So the question here is cervical cancer is caused by which of the following? So answer for us is B, So it is the human papilloma virus in most of the cases, which is the cause of cervical cancer in India. So answer for 16th is B, human papilloma virus. Next question, which landlocked country seeking access to the sea has officially recognized Somaliland as an independent nation despite Somalia's claim of sovereignty over it? So Somaliland is an area in Somalia only. It's part of Somalia, and there is kind of a civil war going on. It wants to get have a separate identity out of Somalia also. So one of the country of these four, which is a landlocked country, has officially recognized Somaliland as a separate independent nation. So that because Somaliland has promised in exchange access to sea, so a proper route would be provided to this country, and it can take its trade and etc. from that route, and that would be part of that country. I given you four options: Ethiopia, Uganda, Rwanda, and Eritrea. Answer to us is 17th answer is A. So Ethiopia has recognized Somaliland as an independent nation. As of now, no other country has recognized Somaliland as an independent nation. Ethiopia has recognized it because Somaliland, in exchange, is going to give it a direct access to the seas also. Let's move to the next question. ICDS is a government program in India which provides nutritional means, preschool education, primary health care, immunization, health checkups, and referral services to children under 6 years of age and their mother. So ICDS is an umbrella program under which newborn babies as well as their mothers are taken care of. So the question here is simple: what does ICDS stands for? I've given you four options with different definition for I in ICDS: inclusive, Indian, international, or integrated. And answer for us is B, integrated child development scheme for question number 18. So answer here is. Next question is, what international body made a historic decision against Israel in response to South Africa allegation of genocide in Gaza? So which of the international body has given a decision against Israel when the South Africa allegations of genocide was cautioned in the Gaza case? So I've given you four options. So it is UNSC, second is ICC, third is ICJ, and D is UNGA, United Nations General Assembly. If you have been following your newspaper, you would find out that South Africa has filed a case in ICJ, International Court of Justice, again for filing allegation of genocide in Gaza. So in the present case, a case can also be registered under International Criminal Court as well as International Court of Justice also. But however, South Africa has, as of now, has taken Israel to International Court of Justice, asking that it should be tried for the tried for the cases of genocide in Gaza. Let's move to the last question today. So interesting question. So who among the following cinema personality has launched a new political party, Tamizaga Vetri Kazakam in Tamil Nadu? So a new party has been formed, TVK, in Tamil Nadu, and who is the founder of this political party? So four superstars' name has been given. One is Vijay Chandrasekhar, second is MG Ramachandran, third is Captain Vijay Kant, and fourth is Kamal Hassan. So all four have created their own political parties, and answer here for us is A, Vijay Chandrasekhar, also known as Vijay only. So that's it for today, class. So I hope you had a very learning environment today, and I hope to see you in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.